Welcome to another video. Today's video, I'm gonna be working on the Challenger again. I have Junior joining me today. He's off work. We're off work at the same time actually. It is cold in New Mexico today. It's like 25 degrees. It's sunny though. It looks nice, but it's cold. So we're actually gonna take the car off the jack stands here and push it in the garage because I have a wood stove in here, so and it's way warmer in here, so we're gonna push it in here, get some work on it. Stay tuned.
Music bed.
Okay, so we got the car pushed in here, so just a little bit of a update. Got all the wheels up. So I finished up the trunk. I didn't film putting the back end together because I just bolted it back on, but I did get the filler neck in. To put this filler neck, you do have to drop the tank. If it's on the kind of bolted on, there's not enough room here to get it in there. So, but the tank has no gas yet, so it wasn't hard at all. I got this seal in there. I do still have to bolt it down at some point. I got the fuel pump harness here, and so kind of everything in here is all set, you know. Got everything painted, and so what I was working on kind of today and what we're starting is on the brake system back here. So as you can see, I have the caliper for a 98 Ford Explorer. That's what the rear end came out of. So the caliper's here. I do have to go and get the bolts. I forgot to order bolts, but I went ahead and redid the brake line that goes around the axle here. Goes all the way across. And the reason is a couple reasons. This purchase, if you see the older video, I cut them from here and move them out, so the mounting point, actually the brake hoses at the end have the mount are farther out. They were about 4 inches on each side. So also the factory brake line that was in this rear end was kind of broken on both ends, really kinked. So I got the new line on there, and I went ahead and got the new hose here, and this one I ordered this mount for the brake line. Went ahead and bolted that on. So this is gonna be here. There's enough room slack here on the hose if it goes down when I jump it somewhere, Dukes of Hazzard style, or if it goes up, I mean, there's movement there. I do have to get some fuel line to go from the filler here, from the fuel pump to the hose right here. So maybe about 1 foot. And then the hoses are here at the end too. I went ahead and ran both that fuel line, which I showed last video, but I also ran the brake line all the way to the front. It's bolted down along the frame rails and all the way to the front brake master cylinder. So let me go out there and then just show you what that looks like. So here's the brake line along the custom made suffering connectors. I may add another kind of bolt down or a hold down right here. We'll see. Actually, I might just do that now. But overall, I just, you know, went around the frame and everything. It's all the way here to the front. Now I haven't got my master cylinder, so I bent the line all the way up, and I cut it there. I have to make the ends right, put the insert, you know, the threaded insert and everything. But same with the fuel line is up there. I have to get that finished up, but that is all set. Pretty much, I did end up ordering those bolts for the caliper over here. So we're gonna go get them from the store later, and at that point, then kind of under here is gonna be done for a little while. Oh, and that hose there for the fuel pump. Once that is done, then we're I'm probably not gonna leave it in jack stands anymore, because it is way better to work in the car in here. It's not as cold as out there, and it's probably gonna get colder now, January, February, and you know, we do have a little bit of a fire going on here. So this is where the brake line is. So depending what brake setup I go with, I just gotta do the end. What I'm gonna work on now, I do have a little bit left over. Hopefully that's enough to go across to the other side, to the brakes. I also have to do the one on this side, but I'm thinking I'm gonna have to order another roll of this. So that's what we're gonna finish up here now. And then after, I think we're gonna probably lower it, right?
Yes.
Put it back in the wheels and tire. Well, once the caliper is done. And then we're gonna start fitting the radiator up front. Okay, so I'm working on this side of the brakes. So already went ahead and put the Wilwood stainless steel brake line here on the caliper. Mounted it here with the adapters and everything. I got the hose in here. And then went ahead and routed the line back here. Still need to finish it to the other end. But it's gonna be right behind the firewall, pretty much as it is factory. It's not gonna be conkers correct because I don't have the old line to match it, but it really doesn't matter. I am gonna leave that line also long so I can connect it to whatever master cylinder I get, but I think I do have enough line left over to do the other side, so I can actually finish hooking up all the calipers and everything. I'm just gonna have to finish here whatever master cylinder I do. I need to plumb it, you know, put the ends, flare the end, and put it that way. So that's pretty much almost done. I'm just gonna do this side, and then let me show you what the Wilwood lines look like. And these are pretty standard, pretty much for any vehicle. For this kind of suspension, you have to go with the Mustang 2 kit for the Wilwood anyways, but these are the Wilwood lines. It's almost just like a standard line. And then they do give you the adapter that goes into the caliper. And then this goes on the other end that goes into your regular metal tubing, and then the little clip that holds it down. So they actually do include even these fittings that are, you know, that way you can change your line if you need to match with your with the little adapter for the hose. So that's just what I did on the other side. I'm gonna do that on this side and leave the tube a little bit long, same on this side, till I have that booster master cylinder. I don't know what I'm gonna do. That'll be soon though, because I do want to have brakes when we get this thing fired up. Because how are we gonna stop it? So let's keep on finishing this, and then we'll see what else we get to today.
All right, so got the brake lines all routed up here, as you can see, both sides, and we did have enough from the leftover, as Alex mentioned, to bring this one to the top as well. So we got the steel braided lines on there, both sides. Wheels are back on there. Alex did mess with the alignment on the camber a little bit because they were kind of positive on the upper, whatever you want to call it, toe, camber. Now we got the banjo bolts and then the slider pins, caliper bolts for the back. You can put that together. And we also got some brake pads. I mean, at least we can tie up the back brakes, throw the wheels on there. And then we just got to decide, as Alex mentioned, if we can do power brakes. We can fit the booster on the master cylinder, so he's going to order one and see if we can make it fit. Just because it's going to be tight in here, and if we can't get access to the dipstick and stuff, we might just do manual brakes and do a master cylinder on there from Wilwood or something. So stay tuned. We're going to do the back brakes now, and then we'll drop it back on its wheels and push this thing back out.
The radiator, and so it looks like it will fit good. I am gonna have to weld some mounting tabs here at the end of the tanks. Nice thing is this is aluminum, so I'll just find some aluminum angle, and I think this is about the area where I'm gonna have it. So I'll weld some tabs here on the side, but we have a good distance. I know that's what we were worried about before, between the engine and the radiator. So for fan and everything. For the tranny hoses, I do have a separate cooler with the fan, small one, that is going to be mounted right here, since the cooler hoses are right on this side. And that's only because those factory lines that I had from Fox Body, they actually fit in this engine perfect, and they come all the way to this side. So rather than trying to bend them this way, because they'll probably just kink, we'll just mount the tranny cooler on this side. That should be good. So that's another thing. We didn't end up finishing the brakes because the banjo bolts that we got from the parts store, they were wrong. So we're gonna have to come back to those, finish installing the calipers, you know, the brake line to the caliper or the brake hose, put in the pads, and then I am gonna order the master cylinder and finish doing the brake lines up here. But that's pretty much all as far as the brakes are concerned, and then bleed them and everything. I'm gonna have my friend weld aluminum here to the radiator so we can mount this. Then I have to order the hoses and mess with that, and then go to the power side, so you know, getting the battery and all that in here. So I think that's it for this video. We kind of run out of time today, so stay tuned for more content on the Challenger. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification so you're notified when we have a new video. We'll see you next time.